I'm Ward Blackwell. Welcome to Front Street 411. As I mentioned last time, I recently traveled to the ADA headquarters in Chicago. I was delighted to learn that the Tooth Fairy's office is actually located in the ADA's building. I suppose I shouldn't have been that surprised since, fun fact, the earliest known record of the Tooth Fairy was in a 1908 article in the Chicago Daily Tribune. My main reason for being at the ADA, though, was to attend meetings. One of those meetings was somewhat historic in the ADA's Council on Government Affairs and ADPAC met jointly for the first time ever. PDA was well represented at this meeting as we discussed issues and advocacy, coincidentally, practically on the eve of a major legislative win for the ADA. And that was right on the heels of a win here in Pennsylvania. When the state budget passed recently, PDA got confirmation that our efforts to preserve state funding for the Dental Lifeline Network program had indeed been successful. And speaking of money, another Tooth Fairy fun fact. At least 4 countries, including Canada and Australia, have minted real money featuring a likeness of the Tooth Fairy. Even Santa Claus hasn't appeared on money in more countries. Anyway, back to meetings. The PDA board will meet this week at the PDA office. Among other things, the board is expected to officially create an AI committee, approve a member survey that will guide planning for future events, and discuss creation of CE for treating elderly patients. And on the subject of AI, some AI-driven products that can, among other things, significantly reduce claims denials are currently being evaluated by PERC for the PDA Member Advantage program. Should those companies make it through the screening process, they will be making proposals to the full PERC board when it meets next month. And don't forget, August kicks off with our informative bi-monthly webinar, Bridging the Information Gap. Not only will you get to see and hear directly from the leaders who represent you, this is your chance to ask them questions about all things PDA. And as long as we're talking about dental people on a big screen, here's a Tooth Fairy movie fun fact. Though 74% of people surveyed believe the Tooth Fairy to be female, the fairy has been depicted as male in the majority of major movie portrayals. Since we're in alliterative mode, let's talk Medicaid. Pennsylvania DHS recently unveiled a new website to educate Medicaid providers and patients about upcoming changes to the Commonwealth's Medicaid program. Most of the changes take effect in January 2027 or later, and many could impact patients in your practice. PDA has identified an excellent resource that provides an overview of the new federal requirements that are driving these changes. And you can access it through eNews, the website, and the PDA Go app. And while we're talking third-party payers, Aetna and Delta Dental recently notified dentists of new options for receiving claims payments. Under the virtual credit card bill passed by PDA that became Act 58 of 2024, these moves are legal in Pennsylvania as long as they are not making payment by virtual credit card, the only option available to a contracted dentist. In addition to PDA's guidance on this topic, ADA has joined us in opposing Delta's new policy of charging a fee to dentists who choose to get paid with a paper check. ADA has also shared answers it got from Delta to the questions many of you are probably asking. Speaking of Delta, here's a highly relevant Tooth Fairy fun fact. According to data gathered by Delta Dental, the average amount that is left by the Tooth Fairy per tooth rose from $1.30 in 1998 to $6.23 in 2023. You heard that right. Delta Dental's own data shows that over the past 25 years, what the Tooth Fairy pays for teeth has increased by maybe 4 to 5 times the rate of what Delta pays for teeth has increased. Makes you think the occupant of this office should be in charge of dental benefits. See you next time.